up, boys and girls? We are live tonight, 1/6-pack episode 11. We are over that double-digit hump, and it feels good. We're going to be making T-shirts. And we are live tonight, 1/6-pack episode. Why am I hearing myself?
Because like I told you, I had the YouTube video open, and it was playing.
Thank you. Okay. So, all right. It's okay. It's only one person so far anyway, so... Hey, Billy. Billy, I didn't need to be addressed to you tonight.
This whole show is for Billy.
That's right. All right. I'm Trevor. That's Tom. That down there is TJ, capes, and rifles. Pause. 1/6 shooter. I have Watu, capes, and rifles. We are the 1/6-pack. And tonight, our show is going to be based around figures that we've seen and have not gone anywhere, or figures that we'd like to see and haven't been made yet for some reason or another. So we're going to get on to this right now.
Cool. We've seen so many, man. Hot Toys especially. They really love showing stuff and then never doing it.
I know, but there's a lot in there. Believe it or not, it's going to be there's going to be a lot of stuff there. Hang on just a second. I don't know why that's doing that. There we go. I got that.
We're trying a whole new setup, everyone. Just so you guys know. Hopefully, it looks nice and pretty for you guys because we really like it.
Yeah, we dig it. We'll see what happens. All right. So coming up, we got Brews and News. We're going to go through our pickups and pre-orders. We can do that really fast because we get a lot of news. We want to get to where are they, and then we're also going to add a new segment, bringing some of the photo community into the show because we're all toy photographers. So we're going to pick 2 or 3 of our favorite shots from whenever, the last couple of weeks, last couple of months, whatever we feel, and we're going to share those on here. Without further ado, boys, what do we got to drink? TJ, I'm starting with you because you got something new for me, I hope. Ooh, what is this?
Is that a Kona?
Kona longboard, yes. And it's pretty common in...
Let's see it again.
Right?
Hold it up. Beautiful. That's a good one.
I love this. It's pretty common in California, right, Tom?
I mean, I've seen it everywhere since I first heard of Kona. So I don't know if it's like more frequent out here. Where's the brewery from?
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Then then it's probably more common out here.
I actually know the illustrator that did those labels too. He did the labels for the ones that I did at one point. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It looks like there's an artist and illustrator named Guy. I forget his last name, but it looks like a lot like his style. Very flat. I like it.
Mm-hmm. Tom, what do you got?
Very similar to the Kona in the way of the design of the label. I actually just finished drinking this as we were like getting the setup for the show. It's the Los Angeles Aleworks Pacific Playground because it's a long weekend and I live on the Pacific.
Very nice.
I will be playing this weekend.
Very nice. Very nice.
I'm now drinking triple IPA.
This is Blue Point Brewery. I'm thinking, this is messing me up, this backward stuff. You guys must have some of that out there. Have you seen it, Blue Point?
I have not seen Blue Point.
Okay, it's a Long Island brewery, but they're big. I think they just got bought out by Anheuser-Busch like 3 or 4 years ago. This is called Optical Illusion.
I've heard the name
for a reason that will be apparent later on. It still ties into the show. It's fairly obvious, but we'll get onto it and figure out why that is. All right, starting with this awesome thing that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con, the LEIA and WICKET set.
Yes.
Pre-ordered, totally. Everybody else?
No.
I have not yet, but I'm going to. I just haven't. I'm still trying to decide if I should get the 2-pack or just WICKET.
Why not the 2-pack? Why not the 2-pack?
Why not the 2-pack?
Yeah.
Because if this will, then that's the LEIA that I have. That's the only kind of thing. Like I want to get one of all of the classics, and I'm like, is this the LEIA that I want to represent Princess Leia in my collection, or do I want to get? I really like her Bestman gown a lot, like how ornate the embroidery is on that.
Did you order that?
You get 2 looks on this one. No, I didn't order it.
Okay, yeah, and then even under the poncho looks really good too.
Yeah.
So 197, 228, and 420 for the set. 197 is WICKET, 228 is LEIA.
DX420 is fun times.
Was what?
420 is fun times.
That's right. That's right. The deluxe set includes the Stormtrooper and Death Star Trooper or Death Squad Trooper, depending on what area you're from. Helmets, and everybody's saying, well, you got the Death Star Trooper or Death Squad. It's really the Death Squad Commander is what it is. Helmet, why has that figure? That's another, that's something I left out. I completely forgot about that. That's not in our segment about where are they, but where the hell is the Death Squad Commander that they showed years ago? 22 points of articulation on WICKET. He looks fantastic.
He does. And I'm not that surprised on the price for him being 197 when you compare him to Rocket, who's like 220 something, and he has fur. He's all fur.
All fur. Yep.
It's great.
It's impressive. It's impressive looking. And Yoda, I think, was in the 180s or something like that too, wasn't he?
But Yoda came with like a lot of
2 heads, a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, the underlying body was nothing, and his clothing isn't anything. So yeah, this is impressive for I think it's a decent price.
I love him. I think he's great.
And I love that look
definite
on LEIA.
Sorry?
I love the look on LEIA too over there.
I like that look on LEIA too, as well. It looks really nice. It's just like, so the thing is if I get this version of LEIA, then of course I got to get the deluxe Luke that also comes with the Endor outfit.
Yeah, I think
so. It's either I'm spending $200 for WICKET or I'm spending $600 for 3 figures. It's like that
look is in my cart too, and I even have a custom Yunsel Luke, but I want all that stuff. I probably just part it out, sell the clothes and the body and stuff, and keep the poncho and all that crap, and because I want that look. I got to have that look.
I couldn't believe that the first version that they did from Return of the Jedi didn't come with the Endor stuff. I mean, it seemed like the obvious thing, and obviously it was so obvious that they ended up doing it.
Yeah, and it was a nice little switcheroo because that was like 2 or 3 weeks after they had announced the first one, and everybody went and pre-ordered. And then it's like, oh, hey, now we're going to give you the deluxe version.
No, that was even after they announced the other one. It was after the other one got to everybody's home, so they already had bought it. People have gotten it, started taking pictures of it, posting it, and they're like, oh, hey, guess what? Now we have a deluxe.
Was it that fast?
Yeah, people had the Return of the Jedi.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's right. It was quite a while after that. That's right. It was months, at least months.
Well, it was however long the from prototype to completion was.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So this the set is good. It comes up with a lot of stuff. It comes with a lot of stuff here. I'm having a problem. Hey, Jason's on. What's up, Jason? What's up, James? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, it comes with a lot of stuff. I like the base. The base is cool. Yeah, it's good. It's ordered. I pre-ordered it. I'm down.
Yeah. You are going to pre-order it, right, TJ?
I did not. I
know you haven't yet.
What?
I said I know you haven't yet, but
I'm just gonna wait till WICKET releases in Hong Kong because it's Star Wars. So like the markup is probably gonna be like $20.
Yeah.
It's not like Iron Man. That would be like $1,000.
Yeah.
What was the figure? Oh, it was the Captain America from D23 that you had posted.
Right.
Oh, look, funny enough, there he is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, is Lenny on here tonight? Lenny's not on here. Yeah, Lenny, I think, picked this up.
Lenny picked it up, and Lenny said he's going to watch tonight just because of my random Lenny shout-outs.
Lenny always comes through with the corrections. Anytime we're talking about something and we're like, yeah, I don't remember who was that? When did he even pointed out that the Mouth of Sauron had taken the mithril shirt or something, or thrown it at Aragorn or something, and I don't even remember what he said, but it was one part of the movie that I completely forgot. So there was a tie in there.
Anyway, we have to start a correction segment. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. We're gonna have to start the show now with corrections from the apologies.
No, you end the show with corrections from the previous. You don't start the show with corrections.
You could do that.
We're infallible until the end.
There you go. So this is the D23 Endgame Captain America that came with the Tesseract and Loki's scepter, and I didn't really register with me that the lightning, the Mjolnir has a light up effect, an LED light up effect. I didn't realize that.
It's the same Mjolnir that's been coming with the Age of Ultron Thor, and then the Thor from the Road Warrior Thor also came with the LED one.
Okay. So you can get this in other formats. Okay. But it doesn't
everything's reused.
Come with the other cap. It doesn't come with the endgame cap, the standard version, right?
No, I'm sure that's coming with a die-cast version. So this one's not die-cast; it's plastic.
Okay.
That way to light up.
Got it. So yeah, going for ridiculous prices on eBay right now. But it was $300. You didn't get the unmasked sculpt, but you got the Tesseract, you got the scepter. Even if I was there, who knows? Of course, I probably would have picked it up if I was there.
Of course, like I would have, but not for.
Yeah. If I was there, I would have bought it in a heartbeat for sure.
Yeah.
Just that way, so I could have it, take a couple pictures.
Right.
And then probably move them out when the regular release. Because this one doesn't come with a head sculpt. So I don't understand why. I don't get the price point he's going for online currently.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he doesn't come with the best thing that's about this cap would be that brand new head sculpt.
Right. And it's not as if you couldn't. I mean, how many figures does the Tesseract come with? You know what I mean? That you couldn't pick that up as a part somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I'll tell you, as TJ
party.
and I were both lamenting that Loki scepter, you can't find that anywhere. And I want it for my Loki because I have the Ragnarok Loki. And I'm sure TJ is the exact same way.
Okay.
You know, it would be good to get for that.
Okay. I can't believe there's no third party version of that somewhere though to pick up.
I'm gonna see this Captain America tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
I'm going to Lenny's house.
Really?
I'm going to touch his Captain America.
Let's not talk about you touching people's spirit of patriotism.
Yeah, really. Just don't touch America's ass. Fondling America's ass. So yeah, there he is. It's nice looking box. You know, it's got the sticker.
Yeah. I see that they didn't fix the shield. I mean, I saw a lot of people complaining about where the cut in the shield is, and I agree with them.
They've said that many times, and no change. I guess it's just too late, and the die has literally been cast, and that's it. That's what you're getting.
Yep.
Where was this for sale online? I saw a $300 price point.
What's that?
I didn't look them up, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was curious. I just thought it was only available at the show?
Yeah, it was only a D23. Yeah,
it had to be a D23 to get this figure. Okay. Yeah, this is not like a Sideshow has this limited run kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming this is one of those ones. I wish they would sort of stipulate that, you know, this is something you can only get here. You're not going to be able to get it later. And I guess they kind of designate them that way, I suppose.
Yeah, but at the same time, every other time that they designate them, you never know because half the time they do sell them elsewhere, half the time they don't. So
correct.
Like the Toy Fair exclusives, like you think you have to be at the convention. Right. But no, you can get them on Sideshow.
Right. And I mean, like with the Sith Trooper, you got that ahead of time, but you're still going to be able to order that probably in a month or so. James is asking, did we hear anything about a battle damaged endgame cap? I did not.
Neither did I.
No. Have not seen that. What's up, Mark?
I mean, it would be smart if they're doing the battle damaged Tony, they should do the cap all dirtied up from that scene. Because half the time when he has the cracked shield, he is
a mess.
Covered in dirt from head to toe. Yeah. And he is battle damaged, he's bleeding, and it would be a good look if they just did that figure.
It would be cool. And it's not something you can do is just a sculpt that's with a couple cuts on it or something. It just kind of look lame.
And that's actually one, if it came with a new sculpt and all that stuff, that's actually one that I would, being an owner of 5 Hot Toys Captain Americas, that's one that's different enough for me to be like, okay, I'll get that one. Because it's something different. I don't have a battle damage cap. It'd be cool.
Right. All right, moving on. Another, not sort of a reissue. It is a reissue of the Homemade Suits Spider-Man with some different stuff and no sculpt. So we got $267 on this. This was in the
high price point
illusion section of the movie. Drone looks cool.
Drone is awesome. He comes with also the hologram base that kind of builds its way up the sides too. I pre-ordered him because I missed out the first one of these, and he goes for a lot online. And honestly, I've just been taken with a lot of people's photography that I've seen of this guy. Mark, who is in the chat already.
Yep.
He's taken a bunch of this guy that has made me want this figure. And so that was an easy like 267. Okay, that's a little more than I think he should be worth. Granted, that drone is like the size of a Hot Toy figure.
Yeah, and highly detailed. And
yeah.
TJ, what do you think? Did you get the first one?
Yeah.
You did. Okay, so you're not getting this one.
I'll probably try to buy the drone on eBay.
Yeah,
but
that's going to be pretty pricey. I'm going to assume.
I'll sell you the drone for 267 if you want.
Sold.
Done. It's easy.
I'll give you some Korean dollars, Tom.
No. I always buy and sell in American.
Yeah, I didn't get this I sat on this thing. I had it in my cart. I forgot about it. I went back. I'm like, I'm going to get it. I'm not going to get it. It just seemed very, well, I mean, it is preliminary. I don't know. At the time, I wasn't collecting anything Marvel, and now I'm kind of sorry I didn't have it, but now I don't really want it without the sculpt, so I don't know.
But so my theory is, well, not my theory. My going when I went to go pre-order was I have the sculpt from the the Homecoming tech suit. Yeah. So I already kind of have the sculpt. Granted, he's not battle damaged, but I have a sculpt that will work on it.
Yeah.
So it was easy enough. Like, okay, I can get it because I'm buying it for this suit.
Yeah, if I had an unmasked sculpt, I would probably think about it too. But I'm on the wait list for the reissue, the movie premiere version of the last reissue of from Homecoming. Homecoming. I'm hoping that comes through because I really don't love the new custom suit from the new movie as much. I've never been a fan of the red and the black, but if I have to, I might.
So actually, what's funny is the SH Figure Arts figure of the Far From Home suit has come out, and that black isn't black; it's like a dark blue, and it's
very dark blue. Yeah, I think it is a dark blue, but I don't know. We'll see. This looks cool.
Yeah. We do have a question from the chat. I posted in our little private chat over here, but Andrew Owens wants to know if anyone knows if Rocket's goggles are going to be removable or not. To me, it looks like they're not going to be. It looks like they kind of sculpted them into the.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I'm not speaking from any kind of point of authority. I don't know. But from all the pictures, it looked like it's either going to be attached magnetically, so they just come off. That means they have a magnet under there, or it's it's glued to the head sculpt.
Can you pull up a close up or something of that, maybe, and we can take a look while we're doing this?
Yeah, I'll pull.
So anything besides the sculpt that this doesn't come with accessory wise that the original one did, and the base obviously, but
is there anything battle damage head sculpt that I can think of?
That's it. Okay.
Did the other one come with anything special?
No, it's everything you see here. Plus the sculpt. It doesn't come with those greenish web. Effects.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, those were the ones that had like the electric current kind of running through them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, this is the big question, teased in the background, as other things have been in the past, and we've never seen them anyway. Will we get Mysterio? Is it coming? I mean, there it is. It's been done. It's been done, built, and he exists. So, what up, Hot Toy?
I mean, it also just kind of looks like it's promo art that's blurred out in a smart way. It does not look like it's a. Well, I mean, knowing Hot Toys, they typically use prototypes for the background, other characters and stuff like that, for sure.
Yeah,
but this picture specifically stood out to me as being like that looks like that's the image that's on like the packaging art for a Marvel Legends Mysterio. It doesn't look like
it doesn't look like a screenshot because just the way the hands are so perfectly both positioned in the same, sort of position.
Yeah. And
the leg looks a little weird, like it. I don't know, wasn't posed well. There's just no torsion in the body. I don't know. It looks like a figure to me.
I hope it is.
I didn't think about that. It's possible that it's just a screenshot. But the way it's lit isn't anything that I remember. I mean, the lighting is not. It's a little harsh. So I'm assuming it's a figure, but who the hell knows? I hope it's a figure. Are we picking this up if it comes out?
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Anybody else watching picking this up? It's gonna be.
If you guys watching are picking this guy up, would love to know. Actually, it seems like a lot of people that I talked with that saw this. This is the hottest part of the announcement of the homemade suit.
Yeah,
is the fact that they are teasing possibly a Mysterio.
Right. I think I got another picture. Oh no, I do not. Sorry, I thought I had another picture of him. But yeah, I just don't know. I mean, it's not that complex a suit. I just don't see why it couldn't be. The only thing is they're going to come. Obviously, they got to come up with an unmasked version of him. So we'll see. I don't know. Hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. I would love to see it.
8-Ball says outlook not so good, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that sentiment mainly because of
you
Vulture.
Shake the head of Mysterio. That's what it's going to come up. Is an outlook not so good. All right. Yeah, I know everybody online wants it, but that doesn't mean anything.
No,
I think everybody wanted Vulture too, and no Vulture.
Yep.
All right, moving on. Tom's favorite company, Big Chief. Dr. No Figures. I saw these live. I think they look pretty good. Tailoring. I don't know if they're doing the tailoring with G-Wiz yet. They're supposedly moving over to G-Wiz to do at least their prototypes. I'm sure they're still having them made overseas, but the tailoring looks a little bit better on these. It still looks like a chunky material, like a chunky cotton. It's still like too heavy, but they do look better. And Dr. No's sculpt looks pretty good.
The suit on Bond looks fantastic, I think.
The what?
The suit on Bond looks fantastic.
I think so too. Yeah.
That's a big no, but Bond looks great.
Dr. No's a big no for the suit, or Dr. No's a big no for just no?
No, the suit. It looks, I mean, everything about the pose, everything about it just looks like they blew up like a tiny 3 3/4 inch figure and like gave it a little more detail in the face.
There's not much of that suit though. I mean, you know what I mean, that he wore. So I don't know. I didn't like the material that they used up close. It's got those diagonal lines through it. It looked like big material made small. You know what I mean? They're cut small. I don't know. But it looks pretty good up close. It's not bad. Weird pricing on this. They got like $224 or $242 if you do payments, or if you do the set, it's $406 for the set. If you do payments, whatever. The hat and coat exclusives. There's like a bowler hat and a top coat for Bond if you pay in full or with the payment. They have the light up bases and backdrops, which are nice in the box. So, it's the only game out there if you're a Bond fan. So it is what it is. But the sculpt is great. The Inigo sculpt is great. I've seen it repainted. Looks really nice. But so July 20th. What's that? Third quarter of the 2019 or 2020.
Until recently, with their newer Doctor Who figures, I would say that it looks like Big Chief cares more about their their line. James Bond line than their Doctor Who line. And that's one of my biggest problems with Big Chief is the fact that I was going at it from, these are the only people doing the Doctor Who figures as a Hot Toys collector.
Right.
So I'm only commenting on this because you led it into as this being my favorite company. And for me,
you said in the past that you're just not happy with the Doctor Who stuff that they came out with.
I just wasn't happy with the one. Yeah, exactly. And if they do this level, so this figure looks great. The pictures, the figures that you have bought from the James Bond line and the figures that you have photographed and put up online look fantastic. And it's one of those things where it's like, if they can bring that same level of detail across the board to all the properties they do, they'd be a great company. I mean, it looks like they're doing it maybe now. I have not seen their newest stuff.
Crap. The thing about this stuff is, without getting too deeply into it, is a lot of people nobody was making these for years, so you had to make customs, and there were some really nice customs made, and the tailoring on them, because these are high fashion suits that he's usually wearing, some designer suit from the 70s or 80s or whatever period. The tailoring is exact, and people are exact about where the ticket pocket is placed on the jacket. You know what I mean? And when you get this exact, and people are exact. I'm hearing myself again. Pocket.
TJ just opened up the video.
Exact, and people are exact. TJ,
mute it. Just mute it.
Right. Yeah.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
People are just very picky about the tailoring on this stuff. So they set themselves a high bar with this. They didn't really hit it with the first thing, and I think they're trying to correct it because they're deep into this. They've got the license for this, and I'm sure it's not inexpensive. So they want people to buy them. I think the Live and Let Die stuff is still on par, but that's been sort of delayed too. So I don't know what they're doing here. You do get a lot of cool accessories with these things. I'd say that the three that came before, the Goldfinger stuff was nice.
I do really like the dealing shoe and the playing cards, that kind of stuff. It's really kind of
it's interesting stuff. They'll give you like every little detail. I mean, there's not a lot to be had from these movies, but they'll give you some really cool stuff. I gotta say, it's kind of nice. It's interesting stuff. They'll give you like every little detail. Hey, Jay,
what just happened there?
Jay. Dr. No doesn't come with quite as much, but it's still.
But I like the fact that it comes with a tiny Buddha and then also a champagne bottle
and the spider cage. It's the little spider with the cage for the tarantula. Very cool. And his little hands that do this.
Does he not have hands? What's up with his hands? I've never seen this movie, so.
I don't remember, honestly.
It kind of looks like he could only move them like this based on these accessories.
Yeah, I forget. It's a reason why he's wearing gloves, and I don't remember what the deal was. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, so I don't remember. It's a good question. This looks beautiful. I don't know anything about this game, so Tom, I'm going to let you talk about it.
So I will tell you straight off the bat, I actually skipped this game. This is the Assassin's Creed Rogue, mainly because it reviewed poorly, and everybody
is this the American Revolution one?
No, that's Assassin's Creed 3, which was, I played every Assassin's Creed game up until 3, which I did play about 2 hours into 3, maybe 3, and I was like, this game's boring.
Really?
So I left it. Yeah, and I didn't return again until Black Flag, and then I'm not into pirates, so I kind of skipped that, and then I came back later. But anyway, I love the look of this. I think it's a beautiful looking figure, regardless of whether or not if I played this version of Assassin's Creed.
I'm almost tempted to get this and the other one of the main character, whatever the hell his name is, from the I think it's the game. Or was that from the Revolutionary one? The one with the hood, the white coat.
You're describing all of them so far. Continue.
We talked about it last time. I don't know. It's the most recent one that came out. I think it was Damn Toys as well, wasn't it?
It might have been. So Black Flag is the pirate one. He also has the white hood and everything. I think. Is that the most recent?
He had almost the Revolutionary War looking buttons, the gold buttons on the front, and
it's from Assassin's Creed 3.
Is it? Okay.
It might be. Yeah, it might be Edward Kenway.
Yes, that was it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're beautiful. TJ, you have.
He's Altair, right?
Altair, yeah. I'm hoping for an Ezio version.
Me too. I mean, so I have the Hot Toys Ezio. Yeah. I got secondhand. I want a Damn Toys Ezio though, because I want to see what seeing this stuff and seeing how nicely that they're presenting games that don't even critically review well. I'm like, imagine what they're going to do with the biggest one that's ever been, which is the Ezio stuff.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's just this looks like to me, for Damn Toys, I'm trying to think. The only thing I ever got was the knockoff. I never got any of those the sort of stylized movie figures, the gangster figures. I've never gotten any of their military stuff. So the only thing I've really gotten is like their bodies and the Walking Dead knockoff heads that they've done, I think. Anyway, the tailoring looks beautiful. I mean, it looks really nice.
So much. I love the piping on the end of every article. Like that alone must be super hard for them to do.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's Asmus level looking stuff. Whether the quality is there or not, I don't know because I haven't felt it. But $235, it's up there. But there's a lot of shit here. There's a lot of shit in tailoring anyway. I don't know how much accessories you get, but
I would say that's like you're edging on Hot Toys pricing, but with Hot Toys now being like 260, 270, your average figure.
Going, man. It's where it's going. Oops, went ahead. I thought I had a full shot of everything that you got with this, but I guess not. Oh, they didn't have one. That's right. Yeah. But you get like a pistol, you get the rifle, a couple of daggers and blades and stuff like that. So you get a bunch.
These guys always have like a lot of accessories just because of all the different weapons and whatnot that they have, and all the different unlockables that you get over the course. It's a video game, so they're like, unlock this pouch that allows you to do this other thing.
Right.
Cool.
Right. So very cool. Love that one. Ordering that one, anybody?
I will say I never played it, but I've considered ordering it just based on how nice this figure looks. But I have no connection to Rogue, and if I did, I know this was a game that was one that you could pick whether you're going to be the sister or the brother at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And from what I heard, the sister was better written than the brother, so I kind of would rather the sister. But
I wonder if they'll come out with that.
Maybe.
I'm sure they're going to milk this license as long as they can.
As they should.
Blitzway, these things looked really, really good at San Diego. And they look, I think, even better in these pictures. They did some really nice shots for this. And Tom, you pointed out there that Ted had rooted hair at one point, which looked really out of control and not good. And this looks really, really good.
Yeah. He kind of looked like Edna Mode from The Incredibles the first year they showed him. And then they fixed it. I'm so glad they fixed it because like that hair is not the type that's going to restrict movement if sculpted, and it looks so much better sculpted. Like,
no, it's not. It's not necessary. This is not necessary. This is not hair that's necessary to be sculpted. I mean, it's not.
Like, could you imagine Bill's hair on this figure being sculpted and how rough that would be?
Yeah, no.
Oh, rooted.
No.
Sorry, rooted.
No, I don't even know. No, that would be no. It may as well, if you do that with rooted hair, you'd have to sculpt it so much with hair gel and spray and coating to keep it in place that it may as well be sculpted anyways. But yeah, these. Oh, is that? I'm just gonna break it. Well, I'll finish. Let me finish this one up, and then I'll go to Rocket and take a look. But I think these look amazing.
They really do. And what's funny, actually, is that from the pictures that we've seen and now we know what they're coming with, that camera that they had at Comic-Con that all of us were like, is this going to come with it?
Yeah.
Guess what? The answer is no.
No, it doesn't come with it. But it does come with a phone booth.
No, they come with a phone attached to a wall, like not the phone booth.
Oh, is it just the phone? Oh, okay.
It's just the phone itself.
I saw just the phone, and I'm like, when they said the phone, like a pay telephone, I was like, oh, that must be
get like the top, like
coming soon or something like that, because I don't see it here. That sucks. That would have been nice, but whatever. It's still.
Man, can you imagine if this thing came with a phone booth? How much this would cost?
Well, $430 for the set, I think is. I mean, that's $215 a piece with they got guitars, they got a bunch of accessories, and the clothing. There's a lot of different pieces of clothing here. It really looks good. The one thing I'm curious about is I did not get the Hannibal Lecter from Blitzway, much as I wanted it. The arms, from what I understand, were molded, and you could, there were two different sets or something like that where you could swap them out with two different positions.
I remember this vaguely, yeah.
Because they wanted they didn't want the seams and the hands and things like that. I believe these are almost the hands are obviously movable, but I think the arms are like a seamless arm.
I mean, Ted there looks like it's seamless because I'm kind of seeing that slight bend that you kind of get with seamless, like that crease is a little further in than you normally see.
That little fold, and now the elbow kind of folds up into a flat. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I like that a lot. If they're going to go in that direction, I'm kind of a fan of that.
Hopefully it's the quality of Physine, though, and not the quality of Hot Toys.
Yeah, I mean, I think Blitzway's putting a lot of money. I mean, they picked up K.A. Kim. I think, like I said in the past, I think they're picking up where Molecule 8, dropped the ball completely. I'm hoping they did the Jimi Hendrix. I'm hoping that they'll go down the road of doing some more musicians and just some of this more, ancillary pop culture stuff that Hot Toys probably isn't going to touch just because it's a niche market for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm tempted to pick these guys up. I just wasn't a huge huge fan of the movie. I enjoyed the movie. It's not something like, oh my God, I always wanted a Bill and Ted on my shelf, but I don't know. It could be fun.
The sequel kind of informed a big chunk of my childhood. I don't know, watching them kind of battle, like play all the games against death and then build the shitty robots that went up against like the lifelike androids, all that kind of stuff. Like, I have now watched that movie in probably 2 decades, and I remember beat for beat the entire movie because I used to watch it almost like every other day.
It was on all the time.
It was on
all the time.
It was on all the time because I used to watch it. Like, I was one of the people who would probably fuel people like this.
We're getting great ratings.
Again, yeah, we're getting great ratings from this one kid that lives in the middle of nowhere in Connecticut. But I don't know. I love these. I think they look great. I haven't pre-ordered them myself. I don't really see myself pre-ordering them, but I'm excited to see what people do with them.
Well, then you'll never see him again. TJ, any interest?
I would, but if I did, I'd need to spend an extra $450,000.
Why?
To store them in a house.
Oh, I see. I see where you're going.
That's where this is leading.
Yeah, well, that's going to happen someday. So then you pre-order them after that when you don't have any money left.
Exactly.
But yeah,
at that point, when you're buying a house, what's an extra $430? Just throw that into the pricing cost.
Roll that into the mortgage.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly.
Now with New York taxes.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
The sequel is coming out for this, right? They're doing this.
Yes, the third part. I'm super excited to see what the third part of this movie is like. Mainly because of Keanu post being John Wick and being the awesome badass that Keanu has been.
Yeah.
How he kind of returns to this role of Ted, which is the exact opposite of all of the roles he's been since.
Listen, I wasn't a fan of his early on, like in these days, right, as an actor. But as he grew, it's like you could obviously see that he actually was a good actor and not this, guy. But I totally think he could jump back into this and easily and do this justice, like really do this justice. It's got some good stuff with it. I mean, again, like you said, it's not a ton of stuff, but the guitars are big. That's nice. The sneakers, I guess, are cool. Whatever. I don't know if those are actual leather or just plastic formed.
They're probably plastic. I would imagine plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, it's just the telephone on a pole.
Yeah.
Which is, it's weak because, I mean, the booth is, unless they come in a box that is the booth, right? Maybe that would be a good way to do it.
Maybe.
I think.
But they also say this is the Wild Stallions pack, so I don't know if that's it's because it's the 2-pack or if there's going to be something else coming, that there's a different... I can't imagine there are going to be too many options with these guys because it's very niche, so...
I mean, they looked like this between both movies. And Wild Stallions is just the name of their band. So
Yeah. Well, just being that they come with the guitars, maybe there'd be another one that they didn't or something like that for less. But, I mean, at $215 a piece for a figure, I don't know how much less you're going to get, really.
Yeah.
Just quick, we'll take a look at, I think it was, who was it, James that asked this? Or Andrew?
Andrew asked about Rocket.
Still can't tell from that picture. I'm surprised if they were molded, but...
I don't think they're molded, mainly because of it being a ready-purpose sculpt. My theory is that it's molded separately, but then like permanently attached with glue. So they'll probably be removed, but then you'll probably have 2 holes.
Oh, like really?
Here. That's my guess. That's just an absolute guess. There's nothing behind that, unless again it's magnets, which I don't see them doing because there's no strap. There's nothing that holds it on.
Oh, the strap doesn't go around the head.
No, it stops there.
Oh, it's one of those, it just clicks on. Oh.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, I mean, magnets would work. Magnets in the head underneath the...
They do like using magnets. However, I feel like that's more costly for... I'm just trying to think purely from a cost perspective. For fuck's
sake, how much is this tiny little rocket? And it's like 200 and what?
20? Right. No, they should do the magnets.
Throw some magnets in, for Christ's sake. All right. Moving on.
Moving on back to what you were
unanswered, but we'll see. Another one from Blitzway. This looked equally great. up close at San Diego. Again, very, very niche. I remember this movie. Didn't love it, and I've always been a fan of Zorro. It was good. I think I had a problem with Antonio Banderas at the time, which I got over after a couple other movies. But
what was your problem with it being Zorro?
With him being Zorro?
Yeah,
I think it was just the whole movie. It seemed very Hollywood to me, with Catherine Zeta-Jones in it and everything, and it was just like, Banderas is good. I mean, obviously the guy's Hispanic background, that's good. Catherine Zeta-Jones is freaking Welsh. I mean, what? I don't know,
Yeah,
she doing there.
Catherine Zeta-Jones could be any role she wants in my mind.
I understand. I'm with you on that. I'm totally with you on that. Totally with you on that. Besides Michael Douglas's husband, which is just weird. But whatever.
Props to that man.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. But anyway, totally off topic. But this looks really incredible. $280 is a high price, especially for a niche character like Zorro, from a one-off movie. There was just one, right? There was no sequel, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I really don't. I think it was just the one.
Yeah.
I feel like they did lead into it thinking that it was going to be more than one.
Yeah. Wired Whip, or Wired Whip, if you're Stewie.
Wired Whip?
Wired Whip.
Why are you saying it like that?
Wired Whip. The Dagger wanted poster. So some, again, they're doing sort of the cool accessories thing, like Big Chief does with the Bond figure stuff. I don't know why I can't get rid of this stupid overlay, but that's all right. Whatever.
It's funny because Hot Toys will do that every now and again. Like you look at the Scarlet Spider and what he comes with, like the pizza box,
the cell phone. Yeah, right.
And then all of a sudden you look at the homemade suit, second version. He comes with none of that stuff. They kind of pick and choose which figures. I love the fact that what Blitzway is bringing to the table is every figure we're going to do, we're going to come with some unique accessories that are going to be really kind of cool and stuff you won't get elsewhere. Yeah, it
is great. I mean, the clothing again here looks really, really nicely done. The tailoring looks great. It's a lot of stuff here. It's minor stuff. It's little stuff. I don't know if the swords are die cast. Can we tell from the pictures?
I couldn't tell from being in person either. I mean, me and you stood in front of this figure for 20 minutes and trying to figure out a whole lot about
I don't know if I studied that or not, though. I don't remember. I've got some pictures of it. I'm going to go back and take a look at the pictures, but that'd be nice if they were die cast. That'd be cool. At least the sword.
I remember studying the gloves to see if the hands were separate from the cuffs, because I do feel like that being
well, they're not, and you're not going to get any wrist movement out of that whatsoever.
Yeah. You're going to have as much movement as the opening of the bottom of that glove is, which is not a lot.
It's the Princess Bride, the Wesley from QMX, the same exact setup. Yeah, and they don't rotate around that. I would rather see them as two pieces and just have one sleeve. I'd be okay with the separate. Oh, TJ's back.
But why did he leave the chair?
I don't know. He just got up and walked away.
No, I know why he got up. He had to go to the bathroom, but still, he left. He left.
That's all right. All right, you're back. What do you think of this, TJ? Order, not order?
I kind of like the movie. I like the character a lot more. Antonio Banderas' version, but no, not going to be part of the collection.
I just want to see everybody buy this figure and then redo that meme that is just the gif of him going at the laptop, him kind of leaning back and biting his knuckle. It's one of my favorite gifs.
It is great. I'd love to see the. Does anybody remember Zorro the Gay Blade with the
Zorro the what?
The Gay Blade. Hilarious movie, very funny movie. It's good.
Is it kind of like Robin Hood Man in Tights kind of style?
It is that era. It's totally Robin Hood Man in Tights era. Yeah. It's really good. Look it up. These.
What the?
Wow.
What?
What is this?
These are the Apollo 11 astronauts. So this is DID. They do a lot of military stuff.
Okay.
$289 each. I think the set is a little less than that, maybe in the $650 650 range or something like that. 3 of them. You know, I the first thing I looked at, I'm like, "Ooh, this is kind of cool." Like,
the suits are awesome. I really like
the suits are incredible. Now the sculpts at first, I got a little uncanny valley feel from them, and I think it's all in the eyes. But I did look at them like what I remember as the astronauts. And when the thing is, like for us, you know, I was I was around anyway when this happened. I was 1, but you know, growing up,
that means that neither me nor TJ were alive.
Yeah, I know. Growing up, you didn't know what these guys looked like until they were older, or mainly when you saw somebody else play them in a movie. So it's like, is that really what John Glenn looked like? And honestly, I looked it up in the next shot. That's them. You know, I mean, they're pretty good sculpts. I mean, I looked at them close up side by side, and they're really decent. The eyes are
Can you go back
a little.
Can you go back for a second?
Yep.
They're okay.
No, it's the eyes. The eyes are killing them. The eyes are killing them. They're a little dead. But
I mean, the guy on the left, I don't know who that's supposed to be, but he looks like Sheldon Cooper from fucking Big Bang Theory.
Oh my god, he looks like
that's John Glenn,
the Patriot. Fuck, I forgot his name. He played Malfoy's dad. That's who we were.
Oh, Mark Strong?
No,
that's not Mark Strong. That's he was also in the OA.
Fuck, I gotta look him up now.
Okay, but the guy in the center kind of looks like Jason Young, and Jason, who was in the chat, I don't know if he's still in the chat, but it kind of looks like him a little bit. Really I don't know. I feel like I've seen
Michael
some
Collins.
of these people.
Yeah, that's Michael Collins. Yeah, and then Buzz Aldrin looks pretty much the same now with a grizzled beard. But
right, Buzz looks better, I think, than the other two. I think
Buzz is the best looking one as well. Yeah, but the other two are. I think Michael Collins looks pretty good. Again, it's just the paint job. I think the sculpts are really good. I mean, you don't see them up close here. I don't have a close-up picture, but looking at them up close, I think the structure is there. I think it's just the paint that's holding them back just a little bit. Yeah. But these suits are awesome, and honestly,
these are great.
I'd like to see more stuff like this done. I'd be into stuff like this. Like,
I could see a lot of people like half the reason, because I already have the Hot Toys. Oh my God, Stan Lee.
Yeah.
But half the reason why I got the new one is because I love spacesuits.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot that you could do with people in spacesuits, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like environments and stuff like that. And that's kind of one of the things when I saw that first picture that you posted, I'm like, okay, granted, these guys look hilarious. But secondly, the suits are amazing, and I could see a lot of awesome stuff done with them.
And they come with the helmets with the mirrored surface on them too. They're not showing them yet. I don't know if they're not fully finished or whatever, but I don't think I saw them in any of the promo pictures, but they do come with those. So it's going to be, I mean, these are going to be awesome to photograph, I think. I really want to pick them up just to do that, at least one, if not a couple. I mean, Michael Collins was on the ship anyway, so there you go. Oh, yeah.
What's his name? TJ?
Jake Isaacs.
Drake Isaacs, okay.
Yeah. Man, I think he looks a little like him.
He's the big bad in the OA, that show that Netflix canceled.
I've never seen that. Is that good?
It ranges between what the hell am I watching to this could be amazing and never quite gets
the OA?
kind of,
oh man, I love that. I thought it was really good.
I loved the second season, and then they canceled it before we get to see a revelation of like what the second season is leading to.
Did they cancel it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disappointing.
They canceled it like about a month ago. I was really upset.
I didn't hear that. That's very disappointing.
It is, because it left in a way where like, wow, this could go a lot of different directions. This could be really awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good show. I loved the first season. Second season was good too. It was good. Definitely worth watching.
I love the way the second season started. It just seemed I love Twin Peaks, and it started in a way like Twin Peaks, where it's like completely up there.
Yeah. There was at least it didn't end. There was a show that I started watching. It was on Netflix for a while. It was about people who are supposedly on escaping Earth in sort of a luxury, huge spaceship, and then come to find out that I'm going to spoil this for everybody, but it was really just an experiment on them mentally, and you got to find out that they were just in this studio basically, And then they found out, and then the season ended, and they never came back to it. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? That was it?
That's the roughest thing. Like, so I was watching the Wachowskis show on Netflix, Sense8, and at least they got a movie to kind of finish off that series.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that anytime you cancel a series, they should give the option of, hey, we know you ended in a certain way where it kind of like leaves the option open, like Daredevil season 3.
Yeah, an hour and a half.
Like, oh, hey, we're setting up for some great stuff. Yeah. Just give me a 2-hour movie or an hour and a half long movie or something to kind of just tie up that bow.
Exactly.
Because knowing that these things are just like left open-ended kind of kill the whole legacy of what came before.
Yeah, it could be a great show, and who cares? Because I'm never going to see how it ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the detail on these are really nice. I'm definitely going to pick up one at least. And surprisingly, that's another thing. Like, I guess because it's niche, but you never saw anything from like Apollo 13. You know what I mean? There's never been any. No, Tom's gone.
Which one are you going to pick up?
I guess if I were to pick up one, I'd pick up John Glenn, I suppose. But I do like Buzz Aldrin. I mean, or I did like Buzz Aldrin.
You want to get Jason Isaacs?
Jason Isaacs? No.
Yeah. No, that would be a really cool astronaut to have.
But hey, think about it. For shots, you could probably put anybody's head in these things. You know what I mean? And have some fun with that. That could be kind of cool.
I definitely see this hitting your collection.
Tom is back, and he's on the bottom.
Sorry, apparently I hit a thing on my keyboard and it just knocked me right out.
All right, enough of these fucking astronauts. Let's move on.
You guys are still on the astronauts?
We had a whole big discussion. Yeah. What's up?
What?
Huh? What? Who?
Pop toys. I saw these pop up. Military uniforms. Obviously, Agent Carter, Steve Rogers, but Pop Toys does beautiful clothing. I've seen there's a third-party Agent Carter sculpt is probably as you'd expect for a third party. It's all right. Maybe with a paint job, repaint, it could be good. I just thought these were cool. I just thought they were nice. I might pick one up for Steve Rogers. I don't know if I'm going to hang on to one for Peggy Carter in the hopes that somebody comes up with a sculpt, but it's nice. Any thoughts?
Looks good.
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to do a Captain America kit bash.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I do think Captain America in that suit would be amazing, but for me, I was way taken. I think we had texted about this a couple of weeks ago. That Peggy Carter outfit just looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I am amazed at how good that suit looks with the pleating at the bottom and everything.
And everything sits flat on it, and it's really, really nicely done.
It looks like a classic military suit.
I think you'd actually have trouble finding a body to fit into that because most of the Fisons are like oversized in the chest area, so you'd have to probably cut one down a little bit or something, do some surgery.
What's interesting, though, is Haley Atwell is probably more size to the Fisine bodies than she is to what this represents.
Maybe this is a misrepresentation. I don't know. I have to look again.
But I will say, I think Haley Atwell is going to be starring in the What If series.
Yeah.
So I think that there's a small chance that we will be seeing a actual representation. Sculpt-wise,
that's the other thing I thought too. Yeah, will they off of one episode of What If, or maybe a couple if it's a little short series? Will they do a figure of Peggy Carter finally?
I feel like they will. I feel like that's a great excuse for Hot Toys to be like, okay, finally we could do one because it's a movie, it's not a TV show.
I gotta think that it's gonna sell well. You know what I mean? I gotta think.
I think so. I love the show. The Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Peggy Carter. I forget the name of the show. But I really liked it a lot. And the fact that we even got the Jarvis from that in Endgame to kind of tie it together was a great little touch.
Yeah, exactly. And the way you were talking with Billy, you could definitely stick a Skrull in one of these too.
Yep. For sure. That's what I was thinking. I was like, the spacesuit, going back to the previous.
Total Skrull, yeah.
Yeah, put a Skrull on that and boom. No more Buzz Aldrin. It's a Skrull.
So I asked Sideshow about this at the San Diego Comic-Con about their commitment to this, and they were a little cagey, but they did say, yeah, you probably will see a couple more announcements sometime soon. So this is their Court of the Dead series, which is a series of quarter scale, I think, sculpts. I think there's different scales, but I think the main gist of them are quarter scale.
Well, this is the 1/6 pack, so we shouldn't be talking 1/4 scale.
Oh, okay, sorry. But anyway, this is their first 1/6 version of their 1/4 Court of the Dead series, which they're really hanging their hat on. And they look cool.
Court of the Dead are all statues, though, right? They don't do figures of the quarter scale.
Nope, they're statues. Everything's been a statue, and they just teamed up. So TBL League, or TB League, is Phison, basically. It's Phison's reach out to a couple companies, I think, that they're doing stuff with now. I think they're doing their own sort of, warrior woman line, and they also teamed up with Sideshow and somebody else, I can't remember who, to do some figures. So, yeah, surprisingly, I mean, they have confidence in them. I hope that these bodies hold up, and especially with the dye or whatever they're using on this to turn her blue.
I will say 166 is a hell of a price point for a Sideshow.
Right?
Yeah. Shocked.
I know.
Sideshow normally is like, hey, $260, like $100 more than what this price is.
Well, I mean, think about it. There's no license. It's their license. There's no royalties to pay. Whereas their DC stuff and that stuff that they got to pay for is obviously going to be a big chunk of royalties. But I think this looks cool as hell, man. I think it looks really, really nice. The detail in that mask is sick. And the sword, I just think this could be a lot of fun to shoot. I don't know if I can get deep into but there's some cool statues, man. It's like, if I ever want to get into statues, I'd think about this. But $400 for one is a little bit much.
Statues is a tough thing to get into.
Yeah.
The base is really dope. I really like the base.
The base is insanely cool. She's got that little effect that she comes with. It's not a lot of stuff, but I mean,
it's unique stuff though. That's really kind of cool.
I love this stuff. It's like the reason I like Mythic Legions is this. You could put this in front of the camera, forget their mythos or their story behind it, and this could be anything. It could do. You can have it.
Do that with anything I shoot, though. Really, is like I kind of forget this at all.
I've Jason says the same thing. Work more or less is like it's hard to break out of unless you're doing like parody. It's hard for me anyway to break out of like the canon. You know what I mean? But anyways, I thought that was cool. All right, I guess we're moving on to pickups and pre-orders. So we're gonna make this quick because we got a lot of other stuff to go through. So bit that Joker. Totally did that. Love that thing, especially that sculpt. The regular sculpt, I don't even care for that much.
The sculpt looks more like a statue than even a figure. It's
going to be so much fun to shoot this thing. And I kind of want the Batman now too. Well, think about it, but I don't even care.
The Batman is great, but I still don't like the unmasked.
Me neither. LEIA and WICKET. Totally did that. And then the Kier, right? That's her name?
You did pre-order her.
Yeah. 166.
Oh.
I mean, come on. You can't. I mean, I'm going to take a chance on it. You know what I mean? It's like, for that price, you can't pass that up. So that's me. I think TJ, you're up. Talk about it.
Oh, got the Flash.
And? Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is. Boom.
Digging it?
What?
Digging it?
I do. You know what? I've always liked the Flash as a character, but it was hard to stay away from. I got it a really good deal, like $209 or $219.
That's good.
Hey, brand new. I picked it up. War Machine. I'm picking up tomorrow, and Theoden is.
I can't believe that's only coming out now. That surprises me. There's Theoden. Nice.
I haven't opened it yet.
Wait, you're surprised that the War Machine is only just coming out?
This War Machine, yeah. I don't know. It just feels like a long time since this is Infinity War, right?
Yeah, but they were back-to-back movies. So, I mean, like, it was only a year ago.
No, I know. It was only a year in between. But
War Machine wasn't supposed to drop until next year, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's usually nowadays with Hot Toys with those movies, it's like 16 months, 18 months around there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got it early.
Yeah, I guess it is. Which surprises me, even with these War Machine Iron Man. I mean, I know they're different, so it's not like a repaint or anything like that. But
let's talk about that freaking Homecoming Spider-Man for a second. That figure doesn't even come out. That figure that's already been made doesn't come out until like second quarter of 2021 or something like that.
No,
It's like,
is it?
That's the end of 2020, but still, it's a year from now. It's October 2020.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, how long does it take to make that remote? I mean, it's just kind of crazy, but I guess it's new tooling, whatever. Yeah, Theoden, man, let me know. I've got him coming, so I want to see.
Wait,
what he looks
you
like.
pre-ordered from Asmus?
Yeah, I haven't gotten a notice yet, though.
Huh.
I'll
Surprise.
check with him. I'll check with
That
him.
hell looks beautiful. It's like an amazing thing to shoot. I can't wait to see what your shots
Yeah.
on the team.
I love opening up anything that they have with armor. It's just you just like to look at. You just stare at it for an hour. It's beautiful. Tom pre-ordered
The Homecoming, the homemade suit Spidey, which we talked about, which I'm shocked again doesn't come out until 2020 sometime.
Right.
Got my John Wick in a little late than a lot of people, and I got the Toy Works Luke Cage, which is called Black Steel, I think.
Yeah, that looks really good. Is it really good?
The face sculpt's really nice. The neck is a complete. The thing I don't like is the top part of the torso is a completely different material than the head and the hands. It's a shiny kind of like reflective plastic.
Yeah.
So it doesn't match anything else. So if I have a hand up here in the head, I kind of have to play some weird like tricks with lighting.
Wait, is it separate head and neck?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the neck has got that shiny.
The neck has that shiny piece. Yeah.
You could probably dull that down a little paint, right? You could do that.
It's possibly super shiny. It looks like when a burn victim comes on, the skin's all kind of shiny. It looks like that.
I think that's not very PC, but that's cool.
I don't. What?
A little matte spray. A little matte spray. I think will take care of that probably.
Going on if you think that was never mind.
Yeah, I know. No. It's not the first time. It's usually me. So
Oh, is it?
no, it's usually you.
Yeah, I know.
It's both of you.
That's never you.
It's not.
Not ever. All right, let's move on. So this is the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about. Where the hell are these figures? Obviously, we had to throw Cyborg in there. I don't think we're ever going to see Cyborg, but it's the joke now. It's the meme. Where's Cyborg?
We will when they do a less Michael Bay Transformer-esque Cyborg that people actually want. No one wants this.
Yeah. Well, what's the deal now with the Flash? Isn't that over? Like, he's not doing the movie, or he is doing the movie now, or
he apparently walks away from the movies.
I thought they were doing his version now. I don't know. I don't even know where it stands. It's such a mess.
No one knows what DC is doing with their films anymore.
I know, it's insane.
It's sad.
Anyway, this has been like 3 years, right, since this was shown. So that's not happening.
Well, hey, Drax was 3 years.
Yeah, that's true. Whereas Drax was the meme before Where's Cyborg.
Yeah. What was that, TJ?
I read somewhere that like somebody actually asked Howard Chan, like, "Hey, are you making Cyborg?" And he said no.
Yeah, I heard that exact same thing.
I can't see why they would. I mean, he had a fairly minor part in that entire movie.
He was one of the bigger roles in that movie, though.
He was?
Yeah, he was. When was the last time you watched that movie?
I watched it once and I blanked out most of it. So
okay. Well, Cyborg was about as big of a role as Batman in that movie. And we're getting a Superman for that movie. We got a Wonder Woman for that movie. I
don't remember that at all. But okay. Yeah. I do remember a little bit of it, but I didn't think he had any more screen time than anybody else, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, because we got his whole backstory pretty much in that movie with his dad.
That's true, but that's because they probably weren't going to give him a standalone movie. But anyway, Shazam. Finally saw this movie, enjoyed it.
I love this movie, and I would buy this figure if they did.
But I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely one of the better DC movies. I might even put it second to Wonder Woman over Aquaman.
Wow. I'd put this movie first, Aquaman second, Wonder Woman third.
Wow, okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right. You're wrong, but okay.
I don't think there's a way to be right or wrong in this kind of situation.
No, you're wrong.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
continue.
You're wrong.
You continue being wrong. Go ahead.
This was only April 1st this year, but still like nothing. I mean, zero. But
Do
we've
you
seen
think
that
that part of it was April 1st, so therefore April Fool's Day?
I put the first on here specifically because I went back and looked it up, and I'm like, oh, the first. But I can't imagine they do that. This is when the movie was coming out. Why would they make fun of the movie itself, of a license that they have by saying, yeah, we're really going to put out a Shazam. Ha, ha, ha.
It's also clearly an action figure photo. That hand is a Hot Toys hand.
Yeah. Highly photoshopped, but yes, an action figure photo.
That's all they do these days. I have a lot of beef with Hot Toys in terms of these types of things, but right now one of them would be with Hot Toys. The proto pics shouldn't have like almost zero Photoshop in them.
Right,
I want
exactly.
to see pre-order it. Once it drops, go ahead, throw as much Photoshop at it as you want.
Yeah, as long as I know what I'm getting and I'm ordering before I order it, yeah, fine, no problem.
I want to know the exact figure I'm pre-ordering.
Right. So who the hell knows with this? I think the movie did well.
I think so.
Well enough that I think they're doing a sequel. So there's some cheesy parts to it, but I'm not going to do a movie review here. It's interesting that you haven't seen anything else.
I think it's supposed to be cheesy. It's a movie about a guy. It's big, the movie with superheroes.
And literally, they had the keyboard sequence in there too, right?
Yep.
For a second.
Yep.
I thought Doctor what's his face was a little. It was okay.
Savannah. Yeah, no, that was very unlike his character in the comics. He never got souped up power wise, which I don't.
No, and I always really hated that character in the comic books. He always bugged me.
Oh, I love Dr. Savannah in the comics because he's a little weaselly guy. He's like tiny.
Yeah, I know.
Smart.
I always liked. I was a fan of the 70s live action show. I always thought that was cool.
Never watched the 70s live action show.
Yeah, don't watch it now. It's not good now, but actually it's not.
Yeah, it's good, TJ.
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I had heard about it. I'd never seen it.
It was decent. All right, moving on. Han Solo. I mean, this is over a year ago that they showed promo pics for Leia. She's coming out this month, I believe. I mean, you're talking about a body that you have. You're talking about clothes that you already have done. Most of the parts already made. Sculpts. You just have to touch up with a different hairstyle. I mean, what the hell is taking so long? It's insane. I've predicted
within 2 seconds of that dropping on like Sideshow or any of those places, I would pre-order it.
So I mean,
no doubt.
It's instant hit. Don't know. I don't know what the hell the problem is. The only thing I can think of is license issues. Maybe there's some likeness
I thought
for this particular picture. I mean, I don't know how that works. It may be that it's on a per picture basis or something that I don't know, that they've already had a New Hope done, so that way they can release the Stormtrooper one and they can release, the regular one, and maybe they just don't have. Maybe they have some licensing issues with ESB. I'm not sure. But regardless, we're still waiting. Here's another question. Like, this is a sideshow.
Showed this? Oh, this is a sideshow. Oh, okay. I thought it was Hot Toys. I'm like, Hot Toys never
showed this at last year's SDCC. Did not see it this year at SDCC. And there's been rumors that have been unconfirmed that Sideshow is losing their, which I spelled wrong there, is losing their Star Wars license, which is an interesting thing.
I mean, I was shocked that they had the Star Wars license at the same time Hot Toys did. So it doesn't surprise me that one of them has to lose it.
I think that happened a long time before they were even the Hot Toys distributors. They were like the American license for Star Wars, and that's why they produced all those early figures. That may have been even before Hot Toys was producing licensed characters and things like that. It was a long time ago. So I think they hung on to that because they must have had some multi-year contract. But I'm going to guess Hot Toys, even though they have a relationship, they may be running out and maybe they're not going to be able to renew it. I don't know. But I mean, this was 2018. We didn't see it this year. I mean, what the hell?
Again, this year, one of my big calls for Hot Toys was that we were going to see a Lando. And the fact that we
coming up.
Lando,
all right, that might be next. Let me see. Oh, no, let's go backwards. Yeah, Lando's coming up. We'll talk about that in a minute. James is asking, is anyone picking up the Solo? Anybody pick that up?
I responded that I am not getting it, but I would because I really do like that movie a lot.
I know. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, really did enjoy that movie, and I didn't think he was bad. And I'm like, why am I?
Alden Ulrich did a great job.
He really did. He really did.
My only thing that's keeping me from ordering it is the fact that growing up as a big Star Wars fan is like, is the first Han I buy, is it not like the Han that I grew up with? Is it the new Han? Is it, like,
yeah.
I feel weird.
Who cares about order as long as you get an original, trilogy Han? I don't think it matters the order.
Exactly. I don't care if it's from any of the 3 original movies. I mean, it just has to be, that
TJ, you didn't pick any Solo stuff up, right?
No, I had the New Hope one, but I sold it a few months ago.
That's right. What about the Maul from Solo? Are you picking that up?
No. If I'm getting a Maul, it's going to be from the Phantom Menace.
Okay.
I love the Maul from Solo, though. I'm tempted to get 2 Mauls.
I'm thinking about that too. I'm really thinking about it. I'm really hoping.
That Maul is so good.
I can't imagine that they're going to let that fall. I now with the Disney Plus and the money that they're putting into that, I could see them maybe taking Solo in a episodic direction. And
they're doing the
or an
Obi-Wan
television movie.
And the Obi-Wan film takes place after the Solo movie, but before the final battle in Rebels. So
right. Somebody was saying that. Yeah. Somebody was saying that. You could have that as a background story and bring him right into that. Yep.
I would. If they do the Obi-Wan film, I would kill to see that version of Maul show up and be the big foil for that movie.
Yeah.
I want more. The thing that came out of the Solo movie, besides being surprised that I loved that movie, was the fact that I just wanted more Maul. I'm like, give me more Maul.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. For sure. All right, moving on. Okay. We're a month away from this movie. We've seen the final trailer and nothing. Not a peep.
2 weeks. 2 weeks before that movie comes out, we see this figure.
You think so?
Yes.
This is why not hype this right the fuck up. I mean, again.
Because they don't release them early enough. They release it to the point where when you pre-order, you're like, fuck, why is this coming out a year and a half from now?
Star Wars they do. Maybe because it's a standalone movie and they're kind of gay. I don't know. It's got to be in the works. It's got to be in the works. It's not gonna wait to see what the film does or see what the pre.
Right. No. The Joker is an obvious dude. They'll do it. I guarantee.
It doesn't matter if the movie sucks. Really, it honestly doesn't.
He's the one of the biggest characters in pop culture media, I think.
Yeah. Everybody loves the look of this. I would get it even if I hated the movie. I think.
Yeah. No. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix looks like everything about that trailer was perfect.
Oh,
like the fact that he's like laughing and he goes straight to like a deadpan face, like without, and that laugh was just perfect. Like everything was.
The laugh is really good. Might be the best Joker laugh. Might be the best Joker laugh.
Might be. I mean, real good. Everything about it was great. I just think so. Like if we jump back to Solo for a second, I think we saw the Alden Han Solo, and all that. Those figures hit after that movie release. I think a week later is when we started to see those characters.
Did we? I could have sworn that they came out a little bit before.
I think we saw them afterwards. I could be wrong, but I do think we saw them afterwards.
I thought it was after the trailers, but before the movie. But I could be wrong too. I don't know. TJ,
I don't remember.
Instant pre-order for you.
The Mud Trooper outfit though would be a spoiler. I think spoiler these days for that film, and we saw that around the same time that we saw him as Han. As a figure. Yeah.
Did anybody pick up that the third party Joaquin as what's his name in this?
Oh, I don't know his name.
His real name? I forget what it's called. Walter? I forget. Anybody know? Lenny will know.
Yeah, Lenny's here.
He'll look it up on Google and pretend he knows everything. Wow. No, he does. He did. I'm just kidding. Because he pulls all this stuff out afterwards and says "No, it was this, that, and that." But yeah, that looked really good. I'm glad I picked that up because I love this shot. I had to pull this from a screenshot. It just blows my mind. I love it. Love the cigarette.
I'm super excited for this movie. This is from the end of the year, from now till 2020. This is the movie I'm most excited about.
Lenny doesn't know shit about DC. Good enough. Bro
Where'd you
Thor.
see-
Where is Bro Thor? Again, this is kind of, I mean, it's getting to the point where it's like, I know everybody, well, not everybody wants this, but a lot of people want this and they'll still order it. But come on. I mean,
I fear the time they show this, no one's going to care.
this is what I'm getting at. This is what I'm getting at. The shine is coming off the apple on Endgame, and it's like, let's move along here.
Teased
in July. Okay, fairly recent. Obviously, very recent.
Oh,
but,
it was a week before Comic-Con. That's why I think that, like, all of us thought at Comic-Con we were going to see this,
yeah,
and we never got it.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't come, so I was like, oh, clearly they're saving it for the convention that's a week later in Asia. And then that convention came and went, nothing.
So I mean, you're looking at, and if the pre-orders go up in, the third quarter or the fourth quarter, if they wait another month, you're not going to see this till maybe, the end of 2021, which at that, it's like, I don't know. It's very niche to me. I have no interest. None. Anybody else?
I'm in.
I wasn't going to order it from the get-go. So
yeah. You're in, TJ? Really?
TJ's in.
Okay.
1 of 3.
Yeah, I got to get somebody to hair my Thor too, which sounds really dirty, but whatever. And there we go. Lando Calrissian. So classic Lando. Again, what the hell? You know what I mean? I mean, come on. Let's get some.
I think we'll get a Donald Glover forward movie of Lando eventually. Because he was the standout, I think, from Solo.
Well, this is why I popped him in here, because I thought he was arguably the best part of the movie. And at least the best.
Outside of Alden Ehrenreich, who did actually shock me how good he pulled off.
No, he did a great job, but this was perfect casting for Lando Calrissian, I think, as a young Lando Calrissian.
Agreed.
What happened to him? You mean
I think he's talking about Lando.
Billy D.
I think he joined after we talked about that Lando from Sideshow.
The skiff guard. We don't know. That was earlier, Lenny. So it never even been teased. At this point, all the Solo figures, they just did Maul, so you never know. It's a possibility.
Yeah, but that was based on a hologram. That's not even the Maul that we saw in the movie.
Right, exactly. I would just think based on Donald Glover's popularity and the outfit that just looks so cool. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd totally order it. I would order this faster than I'd order any of the other figures from that movie, quite frankly.
Him and Chewie, because I really wanted Chewie, I would probably order for him and Chewie together. I would get those two.
That Chewie was a better Chewie than the Force Awakens Chewie, which was a mess.
What's wrong with the Force Awakens?
Oh, the face was horrible. Horrible.
Are you talking about the figure or the actual?
The figure.
In the movie?
No, the movie was fine. No, the figure. The figure was a disaster.
Oh no, they have not nailed Chewie in figure form yet.
I think the New Hope was the closest looking, but even that didn't. The face wasn't right on. He had too prominent a nose, and then they kind of got the nose right, and then they messed up everything else around it.
Which is the one that looked like he was sucking on a piece of salami? One of them looked like he had this big chunk of pink hanging out of his mouth, and I'm like, what is happening? I think
that's probably the Force Awakens one. He looked like a little teddy dog or some teddy bear dog or something. It was bizarre, horrible. Jango Fett. Again, this was 2018 San Diego Comic-Con, and I didn't see him. He was at 2019. But come on. This is really literally almost just a repaint, you know what I mean? Aside from some accessories, it's literally a repaint. Sorry, let's go back. All right, so that's it for our segment on this is live. What are you gonna do? On Where Are They? There's a bunch of other ones. There's Poe. I didn't put Poe in there. We've talked about that before. I don't know if we're gonna see Poe. We're probably gonna see Poe from the next movie. And that's about
it. Which I would guarantee you bringing up for the next movie. There's Baze from Rogue One, which
we'll never see, most likely. Although, you never know. You never know. Maybe they're just stretching it out.
I don't think we're ever going to see him. I don't think we're ever going to see the Outrider from Infinity War, Corvus Glaive from Infinity War.
No.
There's so many characters. Hot Toys is notorious for this. Hot Toys specifically. Notice how every figure that we talked about so far is a Hot Toys figure.
Oh yeah, except for Sideshow. Yeah, exactly.
They'll show off stuff
Mm-hmm.
and never make it.
Yep. Sideshow does the same thing occasionally. They
Oh yeah, okay, sorry. The Mondo that we did show was Sideshow.
yeah, but they last year, I think it was near Comic-Con, they showed a Blade Runner figure.
Oh yes, but they were being about it at Comic-Con specifically. Even like you could not ask them about it. No, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, exactly. It was like it didn't exist.
Right. Bizarre. I asked about it numerous times, and I felt like I was an asshole asking them.
I know.
Because they treated me like, oh, I'm sorry, what do you see that we don't see clearly?
Yeah, what?
And I'm like,
nothing to see. Move on. Nothing to see. Move along. Move along.
Yeah,
and the explanation that somebody got is that they might have been trying to show it to get the license, because I guess that's a very either hard or impossible license. Like Mad Max, they just don't do licensing for it. They did for the new movies, but I guess for that original, whoever, whatever studio was in charge of that, was that 20th Century Fox? Yeah, right? Or whoever owns the likeness rights is just not giving it up, I guess. So that's that. So now we're going to go through some pictures from the IG, photo community, toy photo community that we like. Tom, I put this to everybody late, so it's not Tom's fault. He just didn't get to pick one. So we got a couple here though that we'll take a look at. The first one being this mall this is the new mall. This is the Hot Toys mall, I believe. That's got
it's a Hot Toys mall?
Purr's eyes, yeah. So I'm assuming unless he photoshopped the eyes. I'm a sucker for a low light. This isn't even. You can't see it on here. It's too compressed and small. I did try to brighten it up a little bit, Jamie. I didn't mean to mess with your shot, but go look at it on IG, Nerd by Northwest. Beautiful shot. I love low light shots. This is perfect. I mean, it's perfectly done. And it just really, I love the eyes turn like that, the head turn. You get a little bit of the cape, a lot more than you can see here. You just see the edges of it. There's a little bit more of it in his original shot, the way you can see it up close. So go check it out. Beautiful shot. What do you guys think?
I love it.
Yeah,
I think it's beautiful. I think it's a nice strong light coming from the. It's hard for me to know left and right now because everything's reversed.
I know it's all backwards.
Coming from the left side, but like cast down, but you get enough of the pop like on the cloth, kind of like rimming it.
Yep,
it's just beautiful in a lot of ways. Like the way how the light is applied,
almost Rembrandt lighting. I mean, very chiaroscuro. I love Caravaggio. I love all this. I love this stuff. I did a bunch of stuff like this.
You'd think that would be stepping out of the shadow, and it's exactly what it would look like.
Absolutely, like he just turned. Which is also great because it tells a little bit of a story. You know what I mean? It feels like you're part of some event and not just a portrait. Because I don't mind a portrait. I do portraits myself. I like them. I will set somebody up, but I do like it if there's some sort of emotion that you can get from these plastic figures, which I try for. I don't always achieve, but this totally achieves it. There's emotion.
Yeah,
it's great.
I see exactly what you're saying because, portraits in 1/6 scale are a lot of fun to shoot. Mm-hmm. But granted, a lot of the time it just looks like you're taking a portrait shot of a nice looking action figure.
Exactly.
This looks like a captured moment from someone turning, responding to maybe even something that someone said and be like, oh, like if he turned to me and looked like that, I'd be like, oh shit, I should not have said what I just said.
Exactly. We're fresh out of decaf. Sorry.
Excuse me. What?
Beautiful.
Beautiful shot, Jay.
The next is TJ's pick. That was my pick. TJ from our man Alex Brooks, fellow Exclu Collective contributor. BG Toy Art. Did he do this as BG Toy Art or Beardy Guy when he had this Beardy Guy?
This was still Beardy Giant.
Beardy Giant. I'm sorry, Beardy Giant. Yeah, right. When he BG Toy Art. This is a beautiful shot.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think this was when he just became a Hot Toys blogger. I can't remember. It was early. Okay.
First shot that he had, or
no, I can't remember which was his first Hot Toys shoot. But I remember seeing this picture. I was in London, and I opened my phone at 2 a.m. because I couldn't sleep, and I was like, these are amazing. Like, I really appreciated all of the details that went into it. Like, you know, the pose was amazing. Like, you know, like you see Cap's breath and like you see the background and like the lighting was really on point and there's like snow around and like, this was in September of 2016 and it's one of the reasons I really got into like toy photography.
Yeah.
It really
and you took a lot from this because you do a lot. You're doing a lot. I remember early on, not to wax nostalgic, but we were on what was it? Well, it's still there, but 1/6 photography on Facebook as admins, and you know, you were just getting into the compositing thing and learning how to like, you know,
nothing, and I probably still don't.
And now this is kind of your thing. I mean, you do a lot of it. You don't do this all the time. I mean, you do some. You've been doing more real backgrounds lately, I think, and digital backgrounds and things like that. But
like this really blew me away.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of people do composite shots where, I mean, I'm assuming this is like most of his other ones where he'll shoot this on a gray background, cap, and then everything else is basically photoshopped in. But he does it seamlessly, and what he does that other people don't do is he blends the light with the background so that it really does look as if everything was lit. Really pays attention to it, and even hits it with the dodge tool to get some of the spots bright. It's beautiful work. It's beautiful work. It did some of this stuff. Tom, you do some Photoshop work though on top of you do some of the highlighting and things like that and adding in some light sometimes?
A lot of the time, yeah. But never, I don't do a lot of the composite background stuff anymore.
No, I know you don't do that.
I used to do it a lot. I don't do it as much anymore. I feel like, like I see a lot of people doing it a lot, but as you said, a lot of people don't pay attention to a lot of the light on the figure as opposed to the light on the background and kind of like matching that well, which Alex always does a great job at blending in a smart way.
And just the crop. I mean, a lot of people don't pay attention to sometimes the elements in the background not being so sharp that you actually have to do a little bit of a feather on the edge of some of these parts, depending on where they are. Like the back of his helmet there where the light is coming through. It can't be a sharp edge because that would be slightly out of focus.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to the depth that you're shooting it at, as well as the depth that you're also providing the background in, because I see a lot of people doing stuff where it's like the background is very crisp.
Exactly.
Yet you can tell that the figure itself is actually already playing with depth where
the front of the figure is crisp. That's and number one. Number one.
And you can tell the people that know their way around Photoshop or know, like, actually paying attention to the image versus those that are kind of just like cutting and pasting, stuff like that.
Right. Which everybody's got to start that way, and it is a difficult thing to learn. And those are the subtleties that you to really do it well. But I mean, obviously, he's a master at this. Yes, BG Toy Art is you'll see Lenny. His pictures are always on when they release the figures, the final release shots. He's a blogger,
and he actually, like, he'll sell a lot of the figures to me, like with his when the figure gets released, the blogger shots. Like, a lot of his shots look so nice. I do think that for Alex specifically, Alex is doing a lot of the stuff for their the prototype shots in the beginning. And I feel like they need to step away from doing a lot of the Photoshop stuff in the beginning. I know we talked about this a little bit at the start.
Is he doing that?
He is. He does like a lot of, I forget which figures specifically, but he's done like 3 or 4 of them. In this. But you'll get stuff where it is like the Hellboy figure. The crown looks like it's floating.
Yeah, well, we talked about that. We talked about the nano guns on Iron Man and whatchamacallit.
I think he did both of those. I could be entirely wrong. I'm not sure. I think he did a lot of
stuff. Looked like his work, but maybe I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's probably dictated to be a little less moody, like this, is, and I'm sure it's got to be a little more product shot like. So I can see that happening, but they got
his style seems to have changed in a way where a lot of the stuff that he's posting now seems to be very more product-y, like a lot of pops of color on left and right to make sure the figure pops against the background. Like, this is when you posted this earlier in our group chat, TJ. And it said Beardy Giant. I didn't actually realize that Beardy Giant was Alex. And I'm like, this is gorgeous. This shot is gorgeous. And now that I'm saying that it's Alex, I'm like, well, that makes all the sense in the world, because Alex is an amazing photographer, like an amazing photo editor. It's just, like a lot of the stuff he's doing now looks very strikingly different. Like he'll do rim lighting on one side to kind of make sure that character always stands apart from the background.
I think you get into, having done like some of the stuff for QMX and some other people, like you almost have to break away from that I wouldn't say it's a directive, but I mean, when you're shooting a product, people want to see the company. If you send them a moody shot like this, where it's half in shadow, they're going to go, well, that's okay for one, but we really need, like, everything else needs to be clear and clean. And we need to see every aspect of every corner of his arm and face. And so it gets to be the point where you're like, you start lighting things like that, and you're like, wait a minute, I don't have to do that. I can get moody with this. I can get a little dark and keep things in shadows and stuff. It's very much like you and I are in marketing, and we do graphic design work, and it's very much a marketing sensibility that we need to show the product and show it well. You know what I mean? Whereas
that's exactly it. Like, when you start thinking about it from the client perspective,
this wouldn't fly right here for a mall shot, right there. But it's beautiful.
And that shot right there would sell a ton of figures because it is a gorgeous shot. Like,
absolutely.
I think companies, like, I get where they're coming from when they're saying, like, it's not showing off the figures, it's not showing off this or that. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you got to understand that, like, people want to see what this figure looks like underneath all types of lighting, not always a studio lighting situation.
First of all, I think people, and it's a little bit, it's coming from the marketing end of things, and not to make people sound, how am I going to put this? Not to sound stupid, but when you see something like this, you go, oh my God, I'm going to put that on my shelf, and I'm going to light it in my detolf, and it's going to look this cool. Well, it's never going to look that cool. It'll look cool, but it's never going to look this cool with your detolf lighting. You know what I mean? But I want the potential of that. I'm buying the potential that thing can look this freaking cool, or this freaking cool. You know what I mean? And it's not. You're going to light it with, some crappy IKEA lighting, and it'll look fine. It's going to look good on your shelf and everything, and you'll be happy with it, but it's never going to look like this. But yeah, I agree. I think they should break some barriers and do a couple of shots like this for preliminary shots.
That's one of the things I like about Hot Toys' blogger shots is you do get a lot of the you get a little full spectrum when they do the released photo versus the prototype stuff. The prototype stuff, I'm fine. It can all be studio lighting, whatever. That's great. Yeah. Do it all so I can see everything I'm going to pre-order. Right. When it comes down to the final, like, this is what it could possibly be under all the precise, perfect circumstances, whether it be with Photoshop involved, different, like, specialty lightings and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Give me the most pristine, like, artistic interpretations of these figures. Yeah. Do it. Like, and that's one of the great things that Hot Toys does do with their bloggers is a lot of the bloggers will do, like, we get to see Alex do this stuff. We get to see Ultra Ben do some great stuff with like, a lot of these figures now. Mm-hmm. And you get, Kindar Toys who will do like more kind of like natural lighting and stuff.
Right, the straightforward thing, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of get like a good spectrum with Hot Toys that we don't get a lot. I wish that, stepping away from 1.6 for a second, I wish that like Mezco would do that, because a lot of times I don't know how good a Mezco looks until it hits the specific toy photography hands. And I'm like, oh, so that's the potential? Okay, now I
told them that directly. They don't care. They sell out of everything anyway, and I just don't think they want to spend any money on actual photography. I mean, I hate to be crass about it, but their photography is not good, and it doesn't show off the figures, and yet,
it's gotten better. Now the fact that they have Darius doing stuff for them, it has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, sure. In the environments, it looks nice.
Yeah, granted, I want to see going back to Hot Toys again for just 1 second.
Yeah, I want to see this with their Joker or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean,
they will do. Here's 5 or 6 or 10 different artists' interpretations on this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's great that Mezco's doing. Here's one artist's interpretation on this. Give me a good spectrum, so I can kind of see the different types of lighting, the different types of this, the different types of that.
Right.
Let me see what's potentially available.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I was going to try and pull up the, not to toot my own horn, but just go look at it. That latest Joker that came out. I did one shot that was up there, and it just like, yeah. I told him, I'm like, this is the kind of stuff that you want to show. You know what I mean? It's just like, don't.
Punk?
What's that? It's the punk one, yeah. I'll try and pull it up, but like they just wanted to do shots on a gray background and then have somebody composite them, and they don't composite them well. It's not good. So like this, if I can share this screen here. Hang on a second. We go to Mezco since we got into this. So
can you go back to the fire for a second?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
This is atrocious. I'm sorry. I don't know who did this photo, and I don't mean to like cast shade, but like that does not look anything like what fire would look like in the foreground on top of a figure. That is someone who just took a layer of fire and just was like, let me set it to screen. Done. No. You got to understand that is going to do multiple different things to different areas of this photo.
Well, the same with this, like the light on this Batman. And I'm not here to trash them. I was just going to show like one.
No, this is back when they were doing really bad.
Oh, they may have taken it down. So I shot this one. And this was just on a black background, but again, moody. I guess they must have gotten rid of the other one. I don't know why, but it was good. Let's see. Do they have
the composite stuff on these? Do not look that good.
Yeah, it was the only one that made it through. There was another one where he was holding the bear. It looked pretty good. But I brought in like a computer and put the background up there and shot it all with the digital background, and they were like, "Oh wow, that's cool."
I think that one's the strongest one of all the ones that we've seen. Like clearly, it's way nicer and cleaner of a shot.
Yeah,
but the other ones look. I'm honestly distracted with a lot of the stuff that's happening in the other shots.
I know, and it's every figure, and I'm like, I know when I get these things, they look great, but they just look like I just got to get past the pictures that they're showing and just press the button, man, because it's not selling me. Yeah. But whatever. I don't. We're not here to trash Mezco. Sorry, I don't know how we got off on this tangent, but anyway, that's that, and that is our show. We're going to end it with an advertisement for Mezco. So that's episode 11. Appreciate everybody coming by. Anybody who's left, Lenny, I think, is that it?
I don't know. It says to me a 0. Oh, I think that's just character. I don't know who's anywhere.
Yeah, that's all right. You can catch it later. Remember to subscribe. We'll if we subscribe, and we're going to do another live one. We might do a few more live ones. This one worked out pretty well, I think. We'll let you know. It'll be up there. It'll be scheduled, and that's that, kids. Let us know what you think. And
if you think that TJ should speak more,
more.
Let us know in the comments. Yeah, TJ needs to talk to you.
All right. With that, we will say goodbye and good night and adios.
Gonna play with my toys now.
Thanks, Trevor.